Hi there, everybody. This is Brian back again with another 100% PowerPoint tip. And today I wanted to share this trick I learned a little while back that I think is really handy. And that's how to have an animation play through even if you want to jump to another slide. And let me just demonstrate what I'm talking about when I say that. So as you can see here, I have my logo and it has this kind of pan in effect. But if I say I wanted to jump to the next slide, I'd hit the space key and it's going to jump to the end of the animation before I can jump to the next slide. And this can be a little bit jarring for anyone in your audience, but using a quick little trick, you can actually bypass this and you can have the animation play through smoothly and transition to the next slide. So let me go ahead and escape here and I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'm going to jump to this next one because I think this image is going to be a better way to demonstrate this. So I'm first going to click on the image and I'm going to go to animations and I want to add an animation. And similar, I'm going to add that grow shrink effect. And let's open up the animation pane here and we can change a couple of settings. So what we're going to do is we're going to double click on this animation here and we're going to change a few settings. We're going to keep the size at 100%, but we're going to change the timing. First thing, you can keep it on click or with previous, whatever you prefer, but for the purpose of this demo, we're just going to do with previous. And we're going to change the duration to 120 seconds. You can change it to whatever you want. I just find that it's nice to have a nice slow build just because it feels somewhat subtle, gives that effect of, is it growing, is it moving, or is it my imagination? Which can be, a nice little surprise for the audience. So go ahead and hit OK. And we're going to now add the secret ingredient that's going to make it so that when you hit the space key, it's not going to jump to the end of the animation. So that secret ingredient is that we're going to go up to add animation and we're going to use a canned animation that I'm sure most of you don't ever bother using. And that's going to be the transparency animation. So go ahead and click on that and we're going to double click on it once again, and we want to change a couple of settings in here. We're going to change the percentage to 0%, and we're going to change the timing, and we want that to be with previous, and go ahead and hit OK. And that's the trick. It's very simple, I told you. But let's go into slideshow mode, and you'll see the effect that I'm talking about. So now you have, and if you pay attention to the edges, this subtle kind of Ken Burns effect as it's panning in. But if I hit that space key, it's just going to fade to the next slide. It's not going to jump to the end of that animation. And if you jump back to the previous slide, it's going to continue from the animation from where you left off. And it's going to do that until it gets to the end of the duration, which was 120 seconds. So this is a great effect that you can kind of have when you're up on stage. You have this image that's slowly panning in as you're speaking. You can do a lot of great things with this. But there's actually another thing that's, fun about this effect. So let me escape out of here and I'll show you what else you can do with this trick. You can actually stack other animations on top of this. So what I'm talking about is, as you can see, I have these 3 boxes that I had pre-made, and I'm going to just go ahead and copy these, and I'm going to paste them on top of this image. And let's just take it into slideshow mode again so you can see what I mean. So it still has that Ken Burnsy effect, but if I go ahead and click through, as you can see, it's still growing even though I'm clicking through other animations within the same slide. But I'm going to go back here and I'm going to show you one thing that I didn't do. Because as I'm clicking through here, it's actually interrupting the subtle little bounce that I've added to each of these. So I'm going to escape out of here and I'm going to show you why that is. If you notice, I didn't add that transparency on here. So let's go ahead and we're going to add that transparency, and by going to add animation, hitting transparency, and you're going to get 3 transparency animations. And I'm going to right click on here, go to effect options, and once again I'm going to change that amount to 0%. And then I'm going to go to timing and I'm going to change the timing to start with previous and hit OK. And I'm going to drag each one of these transparency animations to right after the first animation in each of these builds. And that is it. Once you have that, we're going to hit slideshow mode one more time, and you can see the effect. So we still have that Ken Burns zoom in effect, but as I hit the space key, each of the different boxes comes in, and it doesn't affect the previous animation or jump to the end of it. So this is a very powerful little trick that you can use, and it adds a new layer of complexity within your presentations. So hopefully this is helpful for you, but if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out in the comments section. I love answering questions. Otherwise, this has been 100% PowerPoint. Thank you.